Good morning, everyone. This is me, like 1717. We are here doing a mod review. So we are reviewing the Feruchemy Mod based off of the Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson. The core of this mod is these rings. That one went up. So these rings, you can store attributes into these rings. This is an empty one. So you right click to start storing the attribute, pulling the attribute out of the ring. So see, this is a steel stores speed. So as you can see, I'm now a lot faster. And I can right click again to stop it. I can do that for either one. That used up about 24% of the speed I stored up. Now, if I want to store up the speed, and this one that has nothing in it, first thing is you have to back click to become the owner. And then you can shift, back click, and it'll slow you down. So the way this mod works is you can store attributes up, so that way later you can grab those attributes. Then I can right click to stop, or shift right click to stop, and then right click to start pulling from it. So I'll just pull these up here for now because this is a fairly useful thing to have in hand just for getting around, and I'll be showing off like using them later. So then next you have, hello? Okay, there you go. Iron. This stores weight. So if I start pulling from it, I get slower because I now have a higher weight, right? This is a little bit of a weird one because you want to be able to jump high, right? You want to be able to be faster, but when you start pulling from it, you get slower. So what do? The most useful thing to do is to start filling an empty one. So that way you get jump boost 3 and can jump around, and then when you aren't doing much, to then drain up. And you can drain things all at the same time or fill things all at the same time. That's a way to get a little bit more bang for your buck. But that is what iron does. Next we have tin. This is a very useful one. So I'm going to go ahead and set the time to night. Tin is senses, or sight. As you can see, it now gives me night vision, so I can run around at night when I'm pulling from it all I want. I can still see, no problem. So that is what 10 does. I'll put it to day real quick, and then when I start loading it, it gives me blindness. So, again, all of these are something bad for a while, so that you can get something good. So, I also just want to state, this is in version of Minecraft 1.7.10, so it's a fairly old version, and so that's why there's spammy fist and spammy sword and all that stuff. But yes, this is an older version of Minecraft. It's not 1.16, I think? I can't keep track. I remember when 1.12 was the new Fandango thing, and I remember when 1.13 was, they made another update because, you know, not, like, super shocked, but, like, I remember when 1.13 was new, and now it's like, oh, 1.16 is new. Yeah, I can't keep that. Anyways, this is pewter. When you pull from it, it gives you strength. So I can walk up to this pig here, right? And hit him with my fist 3 times and he's dead. Then, if I I'm filling one, it gives me weakness. So now I have to do 1. Oh. Now I can't even hit the pigs. I think if I had a sword I could hit the pigs, it just would act like a fist. So, pewter gives strength. Again, if you aren't fighting mobs, it's very useful to be storing this up, so that way later you can murder them, like, I don't know, like Captain America kills those weird aliens and Avengers, I guess. Anyways, let's move on to the next one. This one's a little bit odd, because the last two were more physical stuff. I mean, again, this is physical, but this is breath. So if I hop in the water, and I start drawing from it, I get water breathing. Alright, I'm getting resistance. Okay. Oh, so when I'm in water, I get resistance for some... Okay, that's interesting. So I get water breathing, and when I get in the water, it gives me resistance 4. So it makes me an overpowered water creature. If I start filling it in the water, I lose my bubbles quicker. And when I step outside, it fills up. And when I step inside, I can draw from it and... Oh, draw from it and not have to breathe. So that's useful. Not super useful. I mean, if you're building a base underwater, it's very useful. Now I start getting into some of the what I'd call more powerful ones, but I mean they're all pretty powerful. This is Electrum. It stores determination. So if I start pulling from it, I can dig things quickly because I have haste 3. See, this is especially useful when mining underground. Now, if I start filling this one, I get mining fatigue. So I can barely even break anything. I think it's almost as much as Elder Guardians give you. I think if it was mining fatigue 4, it would make it impossible to move. But it's not mining fatigue 4, so you can still barely move. Next, we have gold. This one you're probably going to be confused at why I'm about to do what I'm about to do, but let's just do this. Gold is health. Well, gold heals you at an extreme rate. It dies extremely quickly as well, but it heals you at an extreme rate. So gold is what I call the most overpowered thing in the game, in this mod. But it does have its side effects, and that's when you're filling it, it gives you poison and nausea. Fortunately, it doesn't kill you. It just takes you down to half a heart. But if anything were to come along, I'd be dead in an instant. So, I'll quickly heal myself back up. And there we go. I'm full health now. Next, we start getting into the Oddballs. This, I have all of them having stuff. I didn't want to bother taking the time filling it up. It stores nutrition for food. As you can see, when I shift back click, I get hungry. And when I back click, I get full. Once you reach 1,000, when you reach 1,000, the bar will slowly fill up. When you reach 1,000, you start going over. But you can keep going over. And I filled up one thing. It was, well, not this particular one, but from what I can tell, it appears you can go over at least to 2,000. I've gone over 2,000, even though it's supposed to only be 1,000. So I think these things have unlimited storage, and that's pretty overpowered. Because you could have literally thousands of hunger things stored up in one item. It's already overpowered if you only go to 1,000. But this one is a pretty nice. Bendalloy rings are pretty nice. Let's move on to the last one. Copper. Copper stores levels. As you can see, I can back click out levels, and I can shift back click in levels to them. I didn't want to bother getting a bunch of levels and filling them up. I actually did, but then I accidentally cleared my inventory. But this is what I'd call a pretty overpowered thing. because you can have, again, thousands of levels stored in one of these. That can have thousands of levels in it. And when you get more levels, it gets harder to get levels. If you didn't know that, now you do. So, this thing allows you to just get a bunch of levels. Not have to worry about if you die, you lose some of the levels, unless this falls, unless something like that were to happen. No, that were to happen where it falls in lava. But, anyways, this is pretty overpowered because you can have thousands of levels in an item that you don't have to worry about losing, and you can keep getting them as if you have no levels, and you don't have to have it slow down at all. And you can just back-click them out, and shift back-click them in. Next we come to crafting. So as you can see, we have gold ingots in this little circular pattern, and that gets you a gold mine. You can do that with any of the metals. Then you have 10, it adds the metals 10 silver, lead, cadmium, bismuth, and copper. Outside of that, you can turn them into ingots, and then for bismuth, cadmium, gold, lead, silver, tin, and iron, you can soften them. You have to soften something before you can create the lumps, which then you can smelt into the ingots. 1 lump equals 1 ingot. Some amount of softened stuff equal the lumps. So, moving on to crafting. If you have 1 softened cadmium, 1 softened tin, 2 softened lead, and 4 softened bismuth, it gets you 8 bendalloy lumps. Moving over here, if you have 8 softened tin and 1 softened lead, you get 9 pewter lumps. And if you have 1 softened gold, 1 softened silver, you get 2 electrum lumps, and 2 coal and 1 softened iron gets you 1 steel lump. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click that like button. If you want to see more family-friendly gaming videos, click that subscribe button. But anyways, this has been Moonlight. Good night, everyone.